Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. We're back for another episode of Live Trading. I'm your host, Ryan. Mitch is out, so we're going to have to pick up the slack to make sure that we do a good job today. I've got a guest in the back. We're going to go ahead and get started. Great to see everyone. Let's get it rolling.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Live Trading. We're going to go ahead and see what the market has in store for us. Yesterday was a really good start to the week, but we got another day about to start here in just about 20 minutes. I do have a special guest here. I know Mitch is out, but Michael has agreed to join us. Michael, how you doing this morning?
Hey, Ryan. How's it going, everybody?
It's going good. It's going good. So we're, of course, out here just looking for more opportunities to make some money. One of the things I do want to start with here, Michael, is going to be the Trade the Pool hot stocks. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got for that. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. All right. So it looks like first we're gonna have BABA. You've got some support and resistance there. Resistance at 72.50, support at 71.30. Next stock here is going to be Coin. Resistance at 141 and support at 137.50. I tell you what, Coin has been a real huge mover recently. And then lastly, another crowd favorite here, Palantir, ticker PLTR. Resistance at 19, support at 18.10. So, Michael, what do you have on deck here for today? What are some of the things that you're looking for?
Yes, I'm just going through my scanner at the moment, looking for those gappers, of course. And like always, I love, just the normal big tech, Tesla, Qs, Amazon. So I'm into that as well. I'll go to my scanner, I'll look for some of those gappers. Let me see what I got here today. So yeah, obviously those three that you just mentioned looking pretty good. I also see SOAR. That's like $3.5 up with 1 million shares.
Yeah, now I saw this one this morning. I couldn't make heads or tails of this one. This one's going to be pretty wild here. Looks like this was all over the place. Volato. I don't even think I've ever heard of this before, but this looks like a brand new issue here. This is pretty wild, up to 77.91, all the way back down to 12.31. I'd say be very, very careful with this. Do you have a plan for this, for entry and exit?
Not yet. Just looking, try to see what's going on. I mean, the pre-market is kind of shady, right? So many gaps inside the pre-market on a 1 minute chart. So I'm not a big fan, but we'll keep an eye on that. Let's see what else.
I like that. The pre-market is shady. I've never used that before. I might have to repeat that. That's pretty good.
You got GTLB, right?
Yep. Gitlab reported earnings last night.
Yeah. So it's gapping from like 54, 53 all the way to 60s. So that's looking pretty good. Can I share my screen for a sec?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
All righty. Let's look at that. Okay.
There we go. Let's get this on here. There you go. Should be all set now.
All righty. So let me remove those previous lines. Okay. So now we are trading at around 60. Let's go to the daily chart, see what's going on here. So okay, 60. So basically what I'm looking at is just looking for that next resistance level area, right? So it's always going to be an area. In 99% of the time, we're not looking for a specific dollar actually of a range. So it will be easier to trade with and scale in. So I would go ahead and mark it from here all the way to the top. So it should be... Yeah, that's the area for me. So between 60, 62, all the way to 65, 66. That's a big range, but that's a stock that can easily do a few dollars a day. So that should be a range at the top of the range, and below it we have this one at around 59-ish. So that could be also a place between 60 to 59. I would mark it, so we will have enough range to play with. So going deeper into the, let's say, the 1 minute chart, always trying to build the scenarios. So, you know, Ryan, just to get an idea of what I'm looking to trade. And if I'm going to see that, then it will be easier for me to trade it, right? So now that I know that I have those two ranges, I can either wait for one of them, let's say the bottom one, just to break it and retest it, and then try to go short, because that's a kind of big gap here. And it should, at least at the beginning, in most cases, you will see a drop before the next pop. And the other option will be try to short it. That's a big range to short, but maybe try to short it in this resistance area, or just wait for the breakthrough, retest, and then go long. Either way could be fine. I'm actually aiming more for the downside, just a break of the support, testing it, and then try to take some something all the way maybe to the half of like 56 could be a nice place to look for the partial.
And some of our like thesis on where the market is going is that tech is liable to pull back here. This fits in pretty well with it. So we'll see if we end up getting a pullback, excuse me, on Gitlab. One of the other stocks or I'm sorry, Michael, did you have another one that you wanted to go over real quick?
Just you mentioned the NASDAQ, so I'm looking at the NQ, the future contract for it, right? And these are the levels that I marked yesterday. I traded it and took that long from, like, I started to buy it from here and then added more at the bottom. And right now we're kind of in the range or the resistance area from a day before. So technically, as long as we are below that range of the, let's say, 15,800-ish, then we're good to go to the downside, at least trying to test this support area of the 15,700 before continuing to any of the directions. So right now, looking pretty bearish to me.
Okay, we'll see if we end up getting that. That would be great. I'm, of course, long SQQQ, so I'll take that. Still nice. Swinging that here. That has actually been working. I'm definitely looking for a more exaggerated pullback, so we'll see if we end up getting that here. Let me really quickly go through the SPY chart, or SPY outlook, and then also I know that there's a stock moving here this morning. Let's talk about that here real quick, then we can dive back in to anything else that you see here. As far as the SPY goes here, we definitely feel toppy. I kind of mentioned yesterday this felt a little bit toppy. It certainly feels that way today. A couple of things that I'm going to be looking for here are going to be the break some of these downside, or the break at the bottom of some of these candles again, excuse me here. Yesterday first, and then the candle here from November 30th. I think if we break those, we could come into the 20-day moving average. I've got that at about 450. So I'd like to see if the SPY does that. I am levered short for tech, but I do watch the SPY for the overall market pretty much every day, no matter what. Now, we talked about SOAR moving here a little bit, ticker SOAR, another one here that's recently run here in the pre-market. This is CMND. This is Clear Mind Medicine. I know we've traded this one before. I recognize this ticker. I recognize the name of the company here. Looks like we're popping pretty significantly here. We're about 360, 375, currently right up around 6. Looks like we actually traded above 6 on here. Looks like we did get a PR here. 847 this morning. Clear Mind Medicine, it achieves positive results in cocaine addiction treatment. So really nice PR there. Stock popping about 60%. This liable to give us some action here today. If we take a look at the chart, you can see that the last time that we've seen this stock pop, it gives its gains up in a hurry. So if we do end up trading this here today, let's make sure that we end up booking those gains. We are in a resistance area, but if we break through this, we could go as high as 9. If we take a look here at the daily chart, you can see what the stock has done recently. Not great. We'll see if we end up catching some resistance here. 681, this will put us in a gap. See, the last time we entered that gap, we actually tried to fill it, couldn't quite do it. We'll see if we get another opportunity here today. Volume actually looks pretty good. On average, trades about 444,000. Today, we've traded just over 4 million. So volume's going to be there. Action's going to be there for Clearmind. Michael, do you ever trade these stocks or do you stick to some of those bigger cap stocks?
Yeah, mostly big caps. But I see it right now on my scanner, CMND. Oh, that's the one that you're mentioning right now. Okay.
Yes, sir. That's the one we're looking at.
So yeah, this one also popping up in my scanner, looking pretty strong. You know, going from 3 to 6. Do you see any resistance coming or anything like that?
Yeah, I would say we got kind of, I'm like you. I like to think of resistance as areas instead of points, not necessarily just a one single point. To me, it sure looks like we are in a resistance area. I would say between 6 and 650. This looks to be a consolidation area back from November 29th and 30th. I wouldn't be shocked if we end up taking this out. And then furthermore, if I look at the daily chart here, as far as resistance goes, definitely see a little bit more here, 650 area. And then again, the top side of this candle, which starts the gap, high here is going to be 690. So I think there's some decent resistance in between the 6 and 7. And judging by the move here, we might spend a lot of time in that handle today.
Yeah, interesting.
So we'll see if this one gets rolling here. I do have a couple of more that I want to go through here off the gap scanner real quick. HCDI. This is another one here. This is trading up. Looks like we've got a couple of little pushes up here. We'll see if we end up doing that. We had a huge move here on December 1st. Would like to see a repeat of that. Honestly, we're going to need the volume to step up tenfold at least for that to happen. Was looking at some other ones here. Didn't see anything. NEO, they reported earnings here this morning. So NEO, this is actually trading higher. First move was lower, but then going higher here on NEO. Looks like they reported earnings. NEO trading higher if they reported Q3 financial results and issued guidance. If we take a look at the daily here for NEO, looks like we are kind of coming off of a bottom. You know, the one thing that's really kind of noteworthy here is that some of these Chinese stocks look like they're kind of coming back into where they were right around COVID, right? They look like they might take out some of these COVID lows. And if that happens, I mean, look out below. Some of these stocks might not recover. At least technically it looks that way. So we'll see. I would say, is there anything else you want to take a look at here, Michael?
No, I think I'm good. But regarding those Chinese stocks, I love to trade them. Baba, Baidu, NEO, they usually will give you great opportunities to trade on. So,
well, let's talk about Baba, because this is one that you had on the list here. Let me go back to that graphic real quick and see if I can get. Let's see. So Baba, we had resistance at 72.5. And we had support at 71.30. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. 72.5 puts us pretty much right in here, right? So right at about the bottom of this gap down. This would be from yesterday. So this is going to be your resistance. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and mark this off on my chart here just so I can keep these handy. 72.50. And then you also had as the support here, 71.30. So that's going to be actually below. Let's see if I can adjust the scale here. 71.30. So sorry, I'm really struggling this morning here. Here's your range. So it looks like you're thinking that this might be a better risk to reward for the downside here on Baba, maybe some continuation to the downside.
So in that regards, this is not me that did the analysis for the hot stocks for today. It's one of the guys here. But Baba looking pretty good to the downside. If it breaks the 72, we got room for that next support level. Looking good. But I guess for me it will be more of a buy the dip situation, not just shorting it. It looks good to the downside, but I would wait for the support to reach and then try to actually buy the dip. That's more my style of trading generally. Yeah, you unmute, Ryan.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry about that. I'm also watching SOAR here. I suspect that this is going to be in play here today. Just an absolutely huge move in the pre-market. Not sure we see those levels again, but I wouldn't be shocked to see SOAR on deck here for today. Got about 8 minutes till the market opens. Would be happy to look at any of the other stocks that you folks want to take a look at here in the chat. Market Sniper mentioning Boyle, of course, the Widowmaker. The Widowmaker, as we call it here, Nat Gas. This is popping here a little bit. Looks like they recently did a reverse split, didn't they? Yes, this looks like this was a single digit not long ago. I'll be honest, I don't like trading nat gas at all, especially some of these levered products. I never seem to do very well on them. I generally just avoid this, but I'd love to hear any of the trading plans that you folks have here on Boyle. I know a couple of you have mentioned this before. And then one of the other stocks that's really making some rounds on the Twitter streets this morning is going to be ALLR. This is Alarity Therapeutics. This is a penny stock for you penny players that is kind of flirting with the $1 area. So ALLR, this did pop above $1 here. We were just over 140, trading higher after the company announced initial results from its ongoing phase 2 clinical trial evaluating the efficacy of one of its drugs in women with advanced ovarian cancer. So we'll see if ALLR gets a move here. Oh, and it's not Boyle, but BIOL. Man, I'm really struggling this morning. I'm sorry, Jay. Thanks for the correction here. This is the stock that you were talking about. BIOL, not the natural gas ETF. This trading up here. I'd actually like to see some more volume. Did we get any newsprint with this morning? No, don't see any news here. So it looks like this is just maybe kind of a technical move. Nice move yesterday, continuation move today. We are right in a consolidation area that we spent a lot of September in. It'd be interesting to see if we break this. Definitely see some resistance here at 2. If we can break and go above, maybe 250, 230 as your next resistance points there. So I'd look at 230 and then 250. And
I would go also with 220 as well as an area of resistance, like from 210 to 220, I guess.
Yep.
On the BIOL, those if we're looking at the pre-market, we can see some resistance coming at around this area.
Okay, we'll see if we end up trading up there. BIOL, not BOI. How many times am I going to make that mistake today? We shall see. Basim is asking about any insight into Palantir today. Yes, remember Palantir, one of the hot stocks here today. Palantir, we've got resistance at 19 and support here at 1810. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Palantir chart here. Oh my gosh. How does Mitch do this all the time? Okay, let's go take a look at the Palantir chart here. You can see we're actually lower here today. Had a huge move down yesterday. Maybe that selling is exhausted. We'll see if we end up trading back up here today. Anyway, Palantir, again, here's your key levels here. Resistance at 19, support at 1810. We are pretty much right at support. Looks like we're using the pre-market lows here as support. So this looks like a potential long side play here today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we are at support as you mentioned, and maybe the support can go lower to 1790, but basically we are working that level. So in that case, it could be like a nice try to buy the dip even from here, and give yourself the space, just to scale in as it continue to the 1790 area, right? So basically, at least in my case, where I'm trading, I'm scaling in and leave enough room to add more to my position, even if it goes against me, as long as I'm risking the same dollar amount that I'm willing to lose. So let's say I'm risking $100, I can go in and buy the 18 level, and I can, without not risking the full $100, let's say $20, and then add more to my position when it goes a little bit against me, because I'm still within the risk dollar that I'm willing to lose per trade. And that will give you more space for errors, basically, and you will be able to accumulate the price more easily.
Okay, and also taking a look here at Palantir on the daily, it looks like that the 50 EMA is right at 18, and it looks like we've actually bounced off of that. So this is setting up for a potential bounce play here today. We'll see if we end up getting that. Otherwise, I've got only penny stocks on my scanner. Let's see what happens when the market opens here. We got to be getting close, about 2 minutes till the market actually opens here this morning. 13, good morning. You want to take a look at View. That has been a day trading stock that has been bonkers recently. Let's take a look at that. Let's make sure I spell it right here. Here's View. Looks like we are trading up here in the pre-market. We did take out that first pre-market high. We're right around the area yesterday where we topped out in the afternoon. This is right around 190. View's intraday high yesterday, 270. This thing had a wild move. Let's see if we end up curling back up here again. If you look here at View, the past 2 days, that the first day we spiked, we got all the way up to 290. The very next day, we tried to make it run at that and couldn't quite get there. It'll be interesting to see if we get the same pattern here today. That measures out to about 245, 250, somewhere in there. Some decent range in here if we can end up taking this out. I would like to see what this does here at 213.
Yeah, and next level afterwards it will be 260. So we got plenty of room to the upside if it can break it. Yeah,
we'll see if we get that. Just got rug pulled the VWAP. Let's see what happens when this opens up. Like SOAR creeping back up here. Okay, so at this point, I'm pretty much ready to get this puppy open. Let's get this ripping here. See if there's anything else that we missed here. TVTX. This TVTX, this is actually trading up here. I believe this was on an upgrade. Yeah, Citigroup upgrades Travere Therapeutics to buy, raises the price target to 10, current price 735. So this having a pretty decent pre-market here. HC Wainwright also in here with a reiteration of its buy rating and maintaining its $18 price target. So we'll see if TVTX is getting ready to roll. See if there's anything else on this. Looks like Hoth getting. Oh no, this Hoth loves its pop and drops, man. It does not like to come on back. We'll see. CMND. This is probably the primary watch here. Let's see if it takes 6 right out of the gate. All right. What else do you folks want to take a look at here? Ryan, what are your thoughts on Affirm? AC, I've been off sides on Affirm the whole time. You don't want my thoughts on that. All right. I mean, honestly, like I don't like the whole buy now, pay later. I've been saying short that for a while. It's had a huge rip. I think eventually that's going to end here, but we'll see. All right, market's open. Sorry, Michael, didn't mean to run you over there.
No, I love Affirm just to trade it. Yeah.
Oh, just to trade it? Yeah.
Great moves.
All right, looking around here right out of the open.
GTLB started to move to the downside, basically breaking the support area that we wanted. Now I just want to see a retest for that support. Playing with the, just broke it. Let's see if it can retest it and then try to go short. Focusing on the NASDAQ as well, QQQ or the future.
Yeah, I'm watching CMND on my other screen here, but don't have an entry point at it yet.
Tesla moving nicely, closing the gap.
Let's take a look at that here real quick. Got a limit order placed on CMND. We'll see if that gets filled. Here's Tesla. Nice power move here out of the gate on Tesla. Congrats if you're in that.
GTLB broke the support. Kind of hard. Hopefully it can bounce up again just to retest it. And if so, I'll go short.
There you go on Gitlab. It looks like that is going lower here. CMND moving higher here, right to that 6 level and above. Did not get a fill on my entry, by the way. I'm actually going to cancel this order just in case it knifes. I don't want to get filled on a knife down. CMND here moving above that 6 handle. Let's see if it takes the high out here. I've got that high at 620. 618, I beg your pardon, 618 on CMND. You guys are mentioning SOAR is halted here. So as soon as the, oh, look at that on a nice little up candle too. SOAR halted here to the upside, 1513. That is your first halt of the day here on SOAR. Suspect it will not be the last. View took out that $2 mark here, 204 on View. That is trying to move higher here. View, really want to see that volume continue to expand. If we do that, that could give us our entry trigger here on View. Decent range up to what I got, like what, 260, 270 here on View. So a lot of range on that if we can get that volume to expand. Gitlab's holding right around that 58 level. Neo, nice little power move out of the open here as well. Jay mentioning NVIDIA going red to green. That should help the Qs here. Looks like the Qs are trying to bounce after that gap down here. NVIDIA rug pulled to 454.
Still watching GTLB bouncing up, pulling back a little bit. So that's good. I'll start shorting it. But again, like just scaling in with a small portion at first. Very volatile stock.
Do you want to share your screen for that?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead and put you up here for Gitlab. You know, one of the things that Mitch and I have been discussing recently is how valuable scaling into positions has been. It has really allowed us to trade things closer to the plan and then also still be able to trade things that are really, really volatile. So this, I like the way you got your screen set up too.
Easy one, because I'm analyzing in Think or Swim, so only need like a chart and
order entry and a chart.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm in with Angry Chairs. Again, I'm going small just because it's super volatile. I wanted to see holding that support level. That's what we talked about in the pre-market, right? The break and the retest. That's exactly what we're seeing right now. Just need to see that it's actually holding the resistance and then continue to the downside. And again, because I'm entering with small portion, I can add more to the position even if it goes against me, because I'm risking the same amount of money that I'm willing to lose on that trade, right? So I'm okay if it goes against me.
End up getting a better price if it does that. Real quick, CMND trading up to that 650 area. Remember we mentioned that as resistance, maybe 650 to 7. We'll see if we end up taking that out. Right back up here at 650. Ryan asking, do you still hold SQQQ? Yes, I do. Jay mentioning TGTX looking better. Still long TGTX. Calls in the main account and shares in the trade the pool account. That has been a great swing recently. So let's keep going. TGTX.
Nice. Tesla just continue to run. Yeah.
So right there on Gitlab, looking at your screen here, it looks like it's starting to slow down right in that resistance area. Is that your signal to open up a new short position?
Yeah, I just did
beautiful
like 5 seconds ago. And what I want to see is actually going to a higher time frame, let's say an hourly chart, just to see what's the next support level will be, so I can, if it goes to my favor, understand where should I start taking my partials, right? So obviously we have this area at around 55-ish, a little bit lower than that. That could be a beautiful one. But let's go to the daily chart just to make sure we're not missing anything. Tell me if you see anything, because that's a kind of choppy. It's going to be a bit harder to find a real support. I don't know. I don't see it really. Should be at around 55. That could be a nice trade if it will start falling down.
Yeah, I'm looking too. I think we're right at kind of the start of a resistance area here. I think if this comes back in, I think 54.75 to 55 would be a pretty decent target to the downside if it does continue to come in.
Yeah. Nvidia just broke to a new high.
Q's trading up along with that. EYPT from yesterday, 1950, looking like that's trying to make a run here at 20 on EYPT.
Let me give you the screen back.
Okay, let me go ahead and flip it over here. And then I'll go ahead and take a look. You guys are mentioning ALLR. That's moving around here. Boy, I'm really struggling with typing this morning. ALLR, this is that penny stock flirting with the dollar here. Big rug pull on that move off of the VWAP. This is nasty, nasty stuff here. This is generally speaking why I try to avoid these names.
Yeah.
Robinhood up 5% here today early. Robinhood, nice little move. First move here was down on Robinhood. Buyers stepping in there. Big volume candle here too on Robinhood. Was there any news? What's going on here? I don't see any news on Robinhood. I didn't notice any option flow either. Interesting move here on Robinhood. CMND back down to that 6 handle. BIOL, I got it right this time. How about that? Really not able to take out its pre-market highs here. We'll see if this gets back towards 188. 177 right now. To my eye, this chart looks like it wants down a little bit more, though. BABA at resistance 2750. Gil, I think there's a typo in there. Let's take a look at BABA, though, because that was one of the stocks on the list here.
Yeah, 72. Not 27.
Yeah, 72.50 went right up there. I do that all the time. I mix the numbers up all the time. Strong out of the gate here. We'll see on BABA. Unable to take out that 71.40. Pretty decent rejection on this last 1 minute candle. Let's see what the 5 minute looks like. Got kind of a gravestone doji there. Mitch isn't here. Oh, neither is 13. That joke's going to fall flat.
Ooh, GTLB. Let's go. What a drop.
Oh, my goodness. There you go. That's what you were waiting for.
Yeah. But I'm not. I took another short, so it's only 300 shares. Actually, planned to be a little bit more aggressive, but it just fell kind of quickly. Yeah, that's a nice pop as well. Nice volume coming in at the bottom.
So we talked a little bit about scaling in, Michael, and don't let me distract you from the actual trade here. But what about scaling out? How do you approach scaling out of a position like this?
Right. So it should be kind of similar. I'm going slow at the beginning. I'm going out as well, like slower. The same thing, just waiting for support levels to reach. So like you said, at around 55-ish, that could be a nice place. But I'm also, this is maybe on the side of the mental side of it, once I have the right trade and I already analyzed it and everything, I'm not looking to exit it really fast, but I'm actually looking to add more to my position. Also when it goes to my favor, because at the end I want to attack the trade, right? I don't want to be defensive, I want to be offensive. So in that regards, let's say if it will bounce right now and reach those numbers of 57-ish, I will actually add more to my position. So once it will drop to the 55 area where we're expecting it to bounce, then I will have more shares to trade with, right?
And when you add, do you then kind of adjust where your stop is at? Do you make sure the trade doesn't go red on you if you add, especially if it's going in your favor? How do you handle the downside if it doesn't work out?
Right. So let's say if it goes against me right from the beginning, again, because I started small, I can add more to that, and that's totally fine. I know what's the dollar amount that I'm willing to lose on the trade. So as long as I don't see it on the chart, like the P&L on the chart, I'm still good to trade, to stay in that trade, right? So let's say if it will go against me from here all the way up, I'm okay with that. That's what I expected to lose from the beginning, or at least had the willingness to lose it. So yeah, so I'm not using hard stops in the system. I don't have anything right now. I'm just watching the chart and basically trade what I see with the plan. Like I said, let's say the 55 area. That's where I will aim to start scaling out, take some partial if it will drop. I actually wanted it to go a little bit higher to add more to the position. But this is something that guys, I don't try to use that, and don't look once it start working for you, don't look where you close the trade, but actually ask yourself, where do I add more to my position? So that trade will be a bigger trade, right? Because you already did your analysis, you already prepared yourself to that specific trade. So give yourself the opportunity, like I said, to attack the trade and actually make more out of it.
Now you're actually getting that second leg lower here on that Gitlab. So that looking real good here, Michael. Great job on that trade right out of the gate. You know, what's interesting here too is that this is diverging from some of the other tech stocks, right? I'm looking at Nvidia, that's 458, up 0.5% now. Apple also at the highs here. Had a question here from Andy. What's going on with Apple? Well, it's trading with tech, which is trading up at the moment, but Apple also seems to still remain as that safety trade amongst a lot of those tech names. Apple here right at the highs, looking real strong, 193, looking like it's trying to go higher here. Nvidia also at the highs, by the way.
Yeah, Nvidia, Tesla, they're all pushing pretty strong.
Tesla as well. Yep.
Actually,
Amazon at the highs.
So I took a short at the beginning. I took a short on the NASDAQ on the other account with the fivers. So I'm currently down 500 on that.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, I'm just getting into 0.2 every time it's bounced against me. So I'm still able to add more to my position because the total dollar that I'm losing or willing to lose is more than what we see right now. So in that case, that's the exact same thing that I did yesterday. I actually bought it at the bottom, added more, and then closed it once it bounced. And because those buys were actually, when it went against me, was still within the risk parameters, then I'm good to go with that. So even now that the NASDAQ is bouncing, I'm okay with that. If it will reach my max loss, I will cover.
Okay, awesome stuff. Giving you the strategy ahead of the movement there. Absolutely love that. Jay Rice mentioning all of the Magnificent Seven are green here today. See how long that lasts here.
No.
And Dow at lows here. So pretty much a reversal of yesterday. Tech at the highs and industrials at the lows.
NASDAQ is testing the top of the range of yesterday. So it will be interesting to see if it can go through. If so, that will be interesting to look for buys on the Nvidia, Tesla, those stocks currently dropping a little bit.
Well, we're waiting for that to play out here. SOAR, SOAR, ticker SOAR. This is open. This did go as high as, let's see, $17. It's come back in here, but it's doing a decent job of holding up here. We'll see if SOAR gets going. This has got to be thin as can be. I don't even have a float reading for this. On average, trading 83,000 shares, already traded 1.4 million here this morning. And that is going to be a wild one. That's probably spread pretty crazy as well. TVTX, we mentioned this one. This looking like it's going to try to take out its pre-market high here. TVTX, all green candles on the 5-minute here. Voodoo saying that today could be one of those rip your face off trade days, brother. I haven't made a trade yet. Still watching. Voodoo, I'm in the same camp as you are. I have not made a trade yet, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay waiting for a setup I feel really good about. Haven't seen one yet. We'll let some of this volatility shake out here. Bitcoin, by the way, turning back up here, 42,700 as a high here. Michael, do you ever trade Bitcoin or any of the crypto names, or is it just stocks for you?
I traded once Luna. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
So we actually traded it all in the office. One of the guys here mentioned that when it dropped like crazy, and I told everyone, let's go and buy it, because it was, I don't recall like $1 or half of $1 or something like that. So we actually made a nice profit on that, just the bounce. But other than that, no.
So you're 1 for 1 on crypto trades. Not bad. Let's keep that ratio
That's
going.
That's it. I'm out. Yeah.
Gitlab bouncing after that second leg down here.
Actually missed the take profit. I put it at 55.17, and and I actually missed that. Didn't get fill on that. Now bouncing up.
Yeah,
I'm looking at my scanner just for maybe something that we missed from the pre-market, or just started to move.
Man, you missed that fill by 2 cents on Gitlab. I have a low print here of 55.19. So you got zunated, as we like to say on the show.
So let's see, ALK. Like I see some, yeah, moving nicely. Not a lot of volume on FERG, but almost $7 up.
That's Ferg. Yeah, I'm not even familiar with this stock here. Oh, lost my screen share. There we go. Gitlab continuing its bounce here.
It's a crazy bounce, actually.
Yeah, it sure is.
Not the one that I wanted to see, gotta tell you. But let's see if it holds the 58. If so, I will add more to my position, although it looks pretty strong.
ALK, that's Alaska Air here. That is trading higher here. We'll see if that can trade back up. Let's see on the gap. It's the 36 is the bottom end of that gap down here on Alaska. We'll see. SOAR kind of all show, no go here. TVTX, this broke through 8 and the pre-market high. This going higher here on TVTX. CLSK strong here this morning as well. That Gitlab bounce not stopping.
Yep. Actually, NASDAQ just, yeah, looking pretty good still. Maybe we will have another drop, but looks pretty good to shift the direction to the upside, like from what we talked about in the pre-market. And we got a nice resistance coming at 15,860 or so. Let's see how it will react from there.
Still watching View here. 193 is that VWAP on View. We'll see if we can move through that here. Ryan Milligan trading both sides of Gitlab here. Love to see it. I bought into Gitlab at 57 and made profit on the way down and up. Nice job.
Let's go.
Jay Summers saying Gitlab went from being a short to a long. That's what you see in a power bounce like that. That's unbelievable.
Tesla's starting to look pretty good.
What's your trade plan here on Tesla?
And to the downside, but the thing is, we still got like the 239-ish and 40, this whole area of resistance. So it might bounce to it and then drop. So if we take in that short, it should be again with the like, keep in mind that we want to add more to the position if it bounces a little bit higher, just to try to take those highs from yesterday.
Tesla looking like it's trying to go to its VWAP here. Tesla right to it. Here's what I got. Here's what I'm watching in Tesla. I'd love to get a nice trade on this one here and trade the pool right to that VWAP. So you want to wait and see if this kind of holds or cracks and moves down. Sure what it looks like here to me. Miguel bought a starter put on Tesla. Looks like you're going for it. Let's go. Affirm dropping. All right. Let's take a look at Affirm here. Tesla's still holding at that VWAP. We'll see what happens if that cracks. Oh my God, Affirm. This would have been a great short out of the gate. All red candles here on Affirm. Let's take a look at this. Look at that.
Ooh.
30, almost 39 here, right? Now 38.5 down to 36.5. Firm.
It's a nice drop. Where's
Yeah,
the
it
next
sure
support?
is. Some of the stocks that were strong early, giving up some of that strength. TGTX, after that first push, just nothing but red candles at this point. We'll see where that settles here. Firm still pounding those lows. Divergent here from tech for the most part. SPY at highs here. View continuing to break down, so that one might be done.
You know what? On the hourly chart, Affirm looks pretty good to continue, like for the next few hours, few days. That's a nice place to shift the direction. Great high volume coming in at the top of the range, at the top of the trend. On the round number.
My next support here, I've got 35 on Affirm. So we're currently at 36.30. Looks like 35 would be a decent support area.
Yeah. So I would wait maybe for a bounce, just a pull back a little bit higher and then try to short it. This could be also a nice shift in the momentum. You can see the MACD is moving higher as the price dropping down, high volume coming in at the bottom of the trend. So you can, in most cases, expect to see a pullback and then maybe start the next drop all the way to the 35-ish, as you mentioned, right? Okay, so I guess this is it for me. Still in the GTLB trade, and Tesla for me looks pretty good. So if it will reach those 39.40, that could be a great place to start shorting it. You can start, let's say, at 2 if you think that is the, that's your trade. So 239 could be the first scaling in point where you shorting it, and then add more as it goes to the 240, and hopefully you will have a nice average, and then it will drop. If so, I believe the MACD should be lower than its previous high. So price will go higher while the MACD, instead of creating a new high, will stay below its previous one, right? So price will create new highs while the MACD will create new lows, new higher lows, and price will reach resistance, scaling it. That should be a nice one. Obviously, it should correlate to the NASDAQ as well, so try to keep an eye on that. And on the GTLB, I'll keep you posted. I'm still in. Just
I'd like to agree with Marty here. Smash up the like for Michael, giving us his plan in real time here today. Awesome stuff. Like. Thank you, Michael.
Thanks, guys. Best of luck. See you next time.
All right. Take care, Michael. Again, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Folks, yeah. Michael from Trade the Pool. If you need help getting above that 25K level, if you need help getting funded so you can make trades, check out Trade the Pool. Get up to $260,000 in buying power. Really appreciate having Michael on. Awesome stuff. Gil, appreciate you in the chat as always. Thanks very much. We will continue try and find opportunities here in the market. NASDAQ at the highs. So all of those tech names here near the highs. Yeah, see, it's this type of movement here on Gitlab. Michael has got just an awesome plan, an awesome trade plan that he's sticking to. If I'm watching some of this, I'm likely to at least close some of that trade here and book some of those gains to protect myself against a bounce like this. But that takes me out of hitting some of those larger moves when you end up continuing to break down. This one almost a complete round trip. Looks like it retraced about 75% of that move before bouncing here. We'll see if it can get above 59. Otherwise, this might be another opportunity to reshort here. ALLR from our list here. This really struggling to get above the VWAP. Not really doing much of anything here today. TVTX, this was a nice move. What are you folks in out there? What are you guys trading here today? Lynn and Randy, you folks trading Tesla. Big power move out of the gate. Tesla actually looks like this might try to go higher. Let's take a look here at Tesla. Let's see if Tesla can break out of this 238.50. This might actually go higher here. How's Bile doing? This is just down. BTBT, that's moving with Bitcoin, I'm assuming. EYPT took that 20 handle on EYPT. Let's take a look at TVTX here. Looks like that's near the top. Jane trading REPL. So that was a big move down here. It looks like you're trading a bounce off the bottom. Good move here. This is still up off the lows, REPL. Shares are trading lower after the company announced results from the primary analysis of its Surpass trial for metastatic CSCC and provide initial data for all patients. Failed the melanoma colon. Okay, so it looks like bad drug data here, but REPL bouncing. Jane, this is nice ability to actually get some gains out of here on this one. I was too afraid to touch this one this morning. Didn't understand it. Gitlab looking like it's trying to take that 59 spot on Gitlab. Wisdom saying CMND is my best current position right now. It's been pretty good off that 6 level. See right in here. This has been the level to add here. We broke through this and we've pretty much used this as support. The one caveat dropping to 587, but quickly recovered. We'll see if it gives up 6 again here. I've got the VWAP at 604. We'll see if we head back there. NASDAQ making another leg up. That pop is going to be off that data, no doubt. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Looks like that was the ISM number right at 10 here, right? ISM non-manufacturing PMI for November, 52.7 versus 52 estimate. That number a little bit hot. Prior reading was 51.8. ISM non-manufacturing prices for November, 58.3 versus 58. So those numbers coming in a little bit higher than the estimate. That is what that pop is for. Good call there, Easy Mike. You folks are the absolute best. Absolute best. And Rich is posting it for you in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. VKTX. Nice little pop here, Jay. Awesome stuff. TLT is ripping. Jay, you on that? All right. Time to find something to trade here. VIX pop there too. Bitcoin at highs. Tesla breaking out of there, taking that next leg higher here on Tesla. Totally breaking that spot off. Higher market popping here. Let's give you a look at that. Here's your SPY pop. Broke right out of that. We're right at where we closed yesterday or thereabouts. Gitlab through 59, going to 59.50 now. Looking around here, folks. Well, SOAR is not halting as many times as I thought it would. I guess that's something good. EOSE making rounds on the scanner again. $1. Yikes. So View, this actually might be a potential move here. Let's see if View can take out 193, 194. Let's look at that here and trade the pool. See if we can get one of those little scalps here on View. I'm going to try a little here. See if we can break and move here on View. There we go. 198's got a little size. Looks for 205. Going to be the next spot there on View. Let's see if we can break out of this area. You guys are shouting all of the tech names. SMCI, NVIDIA, Coin. Here we go on View. Let's go. Let's see if we can get to that 205. One more push here on View. Let's see if we can grab that. Come on, push up to that 205. You know you want to. You know you want to. MACD looks good on View. Oh, not yet. Not just yet. Not just yet. Already in and out of View once. Jay Summers. All right. Awesome. Look to do the same thing. I don't need to overstay my welcome here either on View. Really feel like we got one more push up to that 205. Here it is coming back in. Yeah, darn it. Trying to get greedy, waiting for that push to 205. We'll see if we still get it here. View right back down to entry. This might give it up here. Looks like they're moving some of those bids down as well on View. Let's get one more push up here so we can close this for a gain. And we'll start looking around for something else. Yeah, Jay, I noticed that right out of the open, and it looks like that's continuing here. Chop, chop, chop. Whose joke was it that said more chop than a Benihana? That was somebody. I can't remember who that was. All right, View, let's see if we can go back up through that 2 and maybe 205. Still some decent size there at 205. So I guess they did move some of those offers down, but not all of them. So that size there's still at 205. MINM says Gerald. Take a look at that here. MINM, that's a nice little pop there. Oh, wait, come on, View. Give me a move up. There we go. There's that 205 on View. I'm going to take this off. All right, close that there. So at least we got some green on the screen. Oh, I had the wrong one up. There we go. So a little bit of a move there. We'll start looking for something else here. I don't like focusing in too long on that. VKTX, nice move since the PFE fail. Oh, hey, View still doing stuff. How about that? 13? Look at the market. Look at the pop off that ISM data, 13. View coming back in. We'll see if that sets up again. I'm sure it may. happened here? What happened here? ALR, that might be done. Maybe keep it on the watch list for later in the day, but certainly not putting in a move now. VKTX been strong here. Viking. CMND, this rug pull breaking down here. Maybe we bounce from this spot. Let's take a look here. CMND. It's trying to bounce. Market Sniper, let's see. Which of these is better, in your opinion, to set it and forget it? VOO, SPY, QQQ, SQQQ. I got to say, well, first of all, it's definitely not the SQQQ. It's not going to be any of those levered ETFs. I got to say, if you're going to set it and forget it, if you're just going to buy it for a long-term investment, I would have to say SPY, right? Just buy the SPY and keep it in your back pocket. You could even, the other thing is that if you build up a decent position with SPY that ends up going into the green, you could always sell covered calls above it. You know, that's something else. If you have a portfolio and you have something like SPY in it, and you have, let's just say, an emergency where you need to raise some capital, you might actually be able to sell calls against your holding, collect that premium, use that for your emergency. If the stock never trades up to that level, okay, you never have to rebuy those. If it does, it sells your SPY shares and for the call, and then you can kind of start working at opening up a position again. Yeah, just idea generation. I would say SPY. Jay Rice says SPY. Easy Mike says VOO. VTI being suggested here by several. Wiss mentioning RDHL. By the way, CMND, that rug pull, did bounce back to the VWAP here. Let's take a look at RDHL. RDHL, nice little move off the VWAP. See a whole lot there, though. Generate your own dividends with covered calls. Beach Bum likes that idea. Okay, let's see. Did RDHL get picked up by the relative volume scanner? It did not. We'll take a look at it anyway, though. $189 is stopping RDHL. RDHL, not sure if it's along here. RDHL going. We'll see. Might have missed that one. View still holding above 2. Now this chart, it's got to go here at some point if this is going to go. Market pulling back here a little bit. SOAR not really doing much of anything. Not really doing much of anything. Here we go on bounce. Let's see if we can actually trade back up here on SQQQ. Looking around at just some other stuff. Don't really see a whole lot. Costco strong here this morning. You love to see it. Love to see Costco strong. View 204, so right back up to that 205 spot I was looking for. Still can't break through it. Be really interesting to see what happens when 205 falls. There it is, 205 again. RDHL 195, that's highs here. A little bit of size on RDHL at 197. We'll see if that pops here, Wiss. Yeah, 13, you're mentioning, there goes 205, or at least for a sec there. It looks like we had prints there to 207 now on view. So this is what I was waiting for the first time, didn't get it. Let's see if we get that 210 break here for 13. $210 has the size now. It was 205 and 207 earlier. That's taken 210 as that offer. We'll see if it gets it. Looking around. Let's see. Things seem to have slowed down a little bit, at least on my end here. The stuff that I'm watching. Amazon still at highs. Apple pulled off the highs, but still holding up here. Nice little rug pull there in view again. Really can't get over that 207, 210 area. Robinhood, man, decent day here for Robinhood. Altimmune, this gave a big trade yesterday. Not as much action here today. VKTX, someone was mentioning that earlier. Was that you, Jay? I think several people mentioned VKTX here. It's another one of those weight loss drugs. I had calls on this a while back, but those calls not far enough out. Also worth noting here, VKTX overbought here on the daily. See if that slows it up a little bit. Kathy sold coin and bought hood. Okay, that might explain it then, Marty. There are people following that. What does coin look like today? Coin's still strong here today. Oh my God, look at Tesla. I took my eyes off Tesla for 1 sec. Tesla taking another leg up here today. Real strong move here on Tesla. Amazon, same deal. Johnny mentioning Amazon has same looking chart here as Tesla, honestly. One push out of the gate, consolidated for a little bit, another leg up here, Amazon. And Gitlab right back to 60. Monster bounce on Gitlab here. Affirm, pretty decent bounce too. We talked about that. Shorten that. That traded right back down here, 36-ish, and bounced a 1.5 on Affirm. My goodness. Gitlab. Whoever it was earlier that said Gitlab was a short and now a long after that big bounce, that was certainly the play. That was certainly the move. EGRO, I haven't seen this yet here today. APPS, this stock has been smoked recently. This is trading up off the bottom. 13, didn't we talk about APPS recently? I feel like maybe not yesterday, but the day before, the happy hour crew was discussing APPS. Am I misremembering? Am I thinking about a different stock? Man, could have sworn we just talked about this. 2 really good days in a row since that discussion, if that's the case. Nice bounce here. Nice volume, too. Ticker APPS. Yeah, Andy brought it up yesterday. Wild. It was the day before yesterday, but nonetheless. TVTX still a really strong day. Okay. Take a look here. really see anything else out there of note. Amazon at highs, Costco at highs. Oh, no, it must have been yesterday. You're right. It must have been yesterday. It wasn't back to Thursday. Elon, thanks for supporting me in the absence of Mitch. Need that. Mitch will be from the headquarters tomorrow. I can't wait to see how can't wait to hear from Mitch how he's doing there. You wanted to take a look at ARM, though, it looks like. What do you think about ARM? Probably still more upside for swings. Let's take a look here at ARM real quick. So ARM, strong day here today. This moving with chips. Oh man, I gotta stop doing this. This makes this impossible to see. So it's really this consolidation area here, right? We got 60.5 up to 65. I could actually trim that up, maybe 64 here. Kind of in no man's land here. Is this good for a swing? I mean, you tell me. Something's funky here because I've got some crazy candle. I've got some crazy piece of data up here that's skewing all of my indicators, like literally all of them. Is there a way to correct this on TradingView? Did I just hide the price though? I feel like that's what I did and I can't undo now, can I? Yeah, you can. Now, how do I correct this bar? There's something wrong here that's really skewing it on ARM. Or you know what we can do? Let's try something here. I'm going to put these exponential moving averages back on, but let's try doing it here and trade the pool. And let's make that full screen. And we'll be able to do this here for you. Okay. So this isn't bad. We're going to have to live with this chart here. So here we go. So we're in this. For me, the trade here is which direction do you think it's going to break out of this consolidation area? You think it's going to break up or down? Now, I guess if I had to pick here, I'd probably pick down since I'm bearish overall on technology and chips, at least for the next move. But if you're not bearish, I would look for a break above here on ARM. I don't really have a line on this, Elon. You tell me if you like this or not. I could make a case for a swing in either direction based on where it's at right now. Guys mentioning View might pop. ARM might be better next year or whenever the cues come in. That's kind of what I'd be waiting for, right? I'd be waiting for some of this tech to reset before taking some of those long side trades. Let's take a look here at View. Here it is. View might pop here. We'll see. Still have that size at 210.13 on View. That is still holding up. Well, I don't understand all of the coughing, but I hope that you're okay. Maybe a throat lozenge to help you out. MLTX. What's going on here? Oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh my God. There we go. MLTX. So it looks like this is popping here. What happened? Anyone know anything here? December 1st, $92 price target. Looks like we got a rumor. MLTX. This trading up here. This is actually looking pretty good. CMND, maybe a curl here on CMND. Let me pull this one up and trade the pool. This might give us a move. CMND. Maybe back towards the VWAP here. We'll see. Try some CMND here, see if it bounces from here. If it really kind of pulls back in, maybe we'll just reassess that. I'm going to take a stab here and trade the pool, though. Haven't been as active with just me here as opposed to me and Mitch, but we're taking a shot. We're taking a shot. Said Gitlab is going now, huh? 61.24. Wow, what a reversal. What a reversal. We are looking at a 6-point reversal off the lows there. Incredible move on Gitlab. Was taking a look at RDHL. So that's consolidating for the next leg up. That would be great. RDHL. Let's take a look at that here real quick. There it is. Consolidating. We'll see which way that breaks. Robert talking about Affirm. Affirm and another huge bounce here. So we're seeing some of these names really, really bounce. Dennis takes off on vacation and takes all of the volume with him. Oh man, he'd really appreciate that. Actually, he'd appreciate that as a comment. I'm gonna send that to him and be like, Dennis, no more vacations for you. We need them. We need the volume. We need the volatility. He'd get a kick out of that. Smoke Tuna giving you that 1 hour double top there on Gitlab, 62.96. That was 63. I want to say, wasn't that close to Michael's target on the upside? I can't remember exactly what his number was, but I feel like that's close. And Tesla, just what a ripper. Tesla was the stock to trade this morning. That is for sure. Still looking around here, folks. Don't really have a whole lot here. 13 saying the Bulls are losing the fight there on View. Take a look here at that. That actually disappeared off my scanner here. Do I have it in my recent list? Nope. We've been checking on a lot of stocks here today. Big pullback here. This wants to go CMND. This looks like it wants to go. Take care of yourself, Judge. Thanks for stopping by. And thanks for all your support as always. Appreciate you, my man. Come on, CNMD. Let's go. Let's trade back up to the VWAP. Nice little pull here in the market that's popping the SQQQ. I don't think we got any more data or anything like that. I take off. I don't know if you guys see anything else out there. AMD fired off short, but I don't trust the move. Don't like the long tails. Let's take a look at AMD here. I haven't actually brought AMD up yet today. Voodoo. This rolling over here. This actually looking like it might go lower. Yeah, I would say depending on where you got that short, you're probably doing pretty well on that. 13, much appreciated. I haven't asked to do that, so I guess we'll go ahead and do that now. Smash up that like button. You can just gently click it if you prefer to do that and then smashing it, but your likes are always supported, even when Mitch isn't here. Otherwise, Mitch might look to replace me and fire me if I can't hold the ship steady while he's gone. He might look for somebody else. Appreciate you, 13. Appreciate you. Things really seem to dry up here. Root, view, 0, EYPT. We can't get above 20 there. Don't say that, Ryan. Yeah, I mean, like I said, smash up the like. You guys can. My future is in your hands. You guys can control that. Just simply help me out here. James, let's take a look at this. Random question or a thought. Golf, ticker Golf, seemed to bounce last week. That's Acushnet Holdings. I'm not. What company is this? Isn't Callaway? Is this what company is this? Golf balls, golf shoes, golf clubs, wedges, putter. What is the brand? Titleist? The operating segments of the company are Titleist golf balls and Titleist golf clubs. Okay, so this is Titleist and FootJoy wear, the best shoes in golf, by the way. Okay. So your thesis here is that it's bounced and traded better since Tiger Woods has made a comeback. You traded it from 55 to 57 around the Ryder Cup. Might be something to add to a list. Well, the first thing here is that if you're noticing any type of patterns in here, totally supportive of you trading those patterns. I don't have any of these, and looking at the chart here, we do look like we came off a resistance area. But if we break through this, I think maybe we can have a nice little breakout here. Not sure necessarily how to play this. I'd keep watching that for those patterns that you have. Pattern trading, that seems to be the way to do it. Much appreciated, Kevin. You're the man. I wonder if Tiger will stick with Nike. Yeah, I don't know. Voodoo, take care of yourself. No trades. Might watch the afternoon session. That is some impressive discipline. Voodoo, have a great day. Thanks for joining us again, even though you didn't take any trades here today. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. CMND. What a disappointment that is. BKTX. All right. What else are you folks taking a look at here? Golf is on my watch list just because of how popular the sport is becoming. Honestly, that's true, Ryan. It is getting harder and harder and harder to get tee times. Sport is becoming really, really popular. And I get it. Believe me, I get it. Eric, I don't even think I know what that ticker is. Let's take a look. Yeah, what is this? Nice chart, but I have no idea what this is. Rick Erickson, Telecom. Okay. I guess I should have known that one. Sorry, folks, looking around at one of my other screens here. Just give me a sec. Jay saying golf doing a hell of a lot better than Callaway, which has problems at Topgolf. What's the problems at Topgolf? I haven't been in forever. What's going on there? That's unfamiliar with what you speak about. Nick, appreciate that. Ryan, you're the man helping small cap views. Hey, man, look, the reality with the small cap trades too is that, like, first of all, they seem more accessible for small day trading than some of these other bigger names. I guess a lot of that depends on your balance and your outlook, but they just seem the movement seems a little bit more predictable in some cases. And I mean, the other thing is small cap, that's where that real wealth generation is going to come from, right? Buying a stock when it's 5, 10, 12 bucks, selling it when it's 50, 60, 70. Those are the types of moves that I really, really want. Topgolf, I think they overexpanded too fast. You know, Jay, part of me is wondering if the Topgolf craze is also to be blamed for the increase in popularity of regular golf. Because if you think about it, if people go to Topgolf, that's their first golf experience and they have a great time. They go back several times and they keep having a good time. You'd think that the natural inclination then would be to go try real golf, right? And then maybe then that's also what kind of hurts the business, right? You get people to go to Topgolf, but they only go a handful of times before they graduate to the real golf. Maybe that hurts the business. I don't know. That would be interesting. That'd be an interesting thing to look at. I wonder if that's playing a role. They just opened a night course in Scottsdale, open to 11 p.m. I want to try that. I'm not sure how I'm going to like golfing at night, but I'd like to try that. Jay, when I make my trip to Arizona, are you interested in going golfing, grabbing a bite to eat? Because that would be something. That would be something. Take a look here at the scanner. EVTX, this looks like this is going to try to go higher. VKTX 17 handle here. Looking like this might go higher too. Did this hold up? No, it did not. It never does. Definitely when you come in February. I think right now I'm targeting Super Week, that week between right before the Super Bowl, between the last playoff game and the Super Bowl. That's my target, but I haven't booked it yet. I'll keep you posted. I'll tell you what, I'm in bad shape. Just so you folks are aware, it's December 5th, and I'm starting to get like the jonesing for golfing. So I only haven't golfed for a month and a half, and I'm already like, is it April yet? And it's not even midway through December. Oh, I haven't even had Christmas yet. So I'm itching. I'm ready to get back out there. Sonic Boomin 84. Great handle, by the way. Calling QCOM. Let's take a look here at QCOM. I'm kind of just choppy here today. Don't really see much of anything here today. Decent air at a resistance area right here. QCOM, it's this range that's really kind of got me. We talk about Qualcomm on the Happy Hour show a lot. This is a generally well-liked stock here. Really having trouble since really October of 2022. October of last year, really just kind of been in this range. Would love to see it get out of this range and obviously go higher. It's like HCDI. Is that a small cap name that's moving? Let's take a look. Arbor Custom Development. Looks like this is popping. Looks like this might be going here. Oh, nice. We sold out of CMND for a little bit of green there. Okay, get some green on the screen. That's the week they jack all the green fees. Is that because the Phoenix Open is that week? Is that because there are people in town to go to the golf tournament as it is? So why not charge them more for golf? That would make sense. I like QCOM, long-term hold for me. Yeah, 13. I do too. I don't have a position in it, but I'd like to get a long-term position there too. Wow, CMND falling out. Guess we're lucky we closed that one. Let's take a look at this here. This really wasn't getting the pushback to VWAP, so I just kind of threw an order out there for just a little bit of gain. Got filled and immediately yanked back. Man, sometimes better be lucky than good. What did I end up getting on that? I end up getting on that $38 after fees, $37.5 out of fees after fees. We hit View for 75 earlier. So, okay. So I know it's small, but at least we hit something. At least we're on the green side of the ledger here today. We've been chipping at that. Small, but small gains, but we've been stacking them. That's okay. Yeah, $600 to play True North. Man, that's expensive. That is expensive. Is True North really as awesome as everyone says it is? I guess that's what I'd want to know. Is it really as good as what people say? EYPT holding right at that 20 spot. ALK, we talked about that earlier. Alaska Airlines here, 34.63. This has really come in from its highs this morning on Alaska Airlines. Life W. Oh no, is Life W firing up again? Yes, it is. Life W. Look at this. I've traded this one a number of times. Yeah, I think that is by Becca. I'm not sure Becca's a golfer, but I do think Becca likes restaurants, so we might be all right there. I'm gonna have like a full slate of Arizona people to meet. Jesse, if you're out there, let me know if you're gonna be out in Arizona in February. I know you're back and forth between Michigan and Arizona. SOAR continuing to do nothing, just kind of coming in a little bit here. HCDI, Smoke Tuna calling HCDI. Take a look at that here. Robinhood still at the highs. God, Robinhood, this has been a beast here today. HCDI, Harbor Custom Development. Let's see what we got here. We were breaking out a little bit last time, if I recall. Chart is frozen. Really, chart? Come on, dude. There we go. Nope. Not yet. We'll see if we can actually break above here. 136. Maybe we go higher here. Good morning, Walter. Good morning, Walter. Amazon still at the highs here. View, let's see what View has really been. This has pretty much been on deck all day. Look at this, right back at VWAP. Let's see if we break through. All right, guys, smash up the like. We do have about 15 minutes here, maybe a little bit less. Wrap up another successful day. See if this market really, someone's got to breathe some life into this market. I'll tell you, we had that first little move up. Looking at here, let's actually look at the SPY together. How about that? How about we'll do that here together? Looking at the SPY chart here, we had this move up. This really got some stuff going, and we've really kind of stopped. It's really been since then. Definitely resistance from yesterday. We really haven't been able to break through that. Let's see if we break down or break above here. I gotta think we move from here. I don't think we stay here all day. Gotta run with our gains tall. Take care of yourself, Lynn. Stans, nice cat. Bet that is a pretty looking, what looks like almost a Bengal cat. Haven't seen you guys in a while. Good show. Always liked it. Awesome. And hit the like here today. We're still at it. We're gonna be back at it. And tomorrow, Mitch will be joining us from the HQ. Stones, you will be in good shape here. We'll be in good shape here. SPY looking like it's trying to break out. Tesla again. Let's take a look here at Tesla. My God, Tesla, this is a big move here. 10-point move out of the open here today on Tesla. Really doing a good job holding its highs. Linda Randy, you guys just dipped. I wonder if you were trading this one. Mitch in the D. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. CMND just still holding out in that area there. Glad I didn't stay stuck in that one all day. That'd have been a bummer. Kel, you live in Detroit? Oh, next time I'm up there, we should get together. View still looking like this might materialize here and go. I don't really see a whole lot of anything here. Still seeing Gitlab call flow, by the way. Palantir as well. What was Palantir at? Well, I know we talked about that earlier. I feel like I haven't looked at it at all here today. Palantir, slow, steady grind up. I'll tell you what, this actually, considering the trade plan that we had, the levels that we had identified earlier, Palantir doing a great job. Really came into 18. Looks like it tested that 18 level 3 times here this morning. Was unable to break down from that level. And here we are resolving higher now, 1852. This is actually just about where we could just higher, slightly higher than where we closed yesterday. Be interesting to see if we can keep going here, maybe through this 18 handle. I know we talked about 19 being prior resistance. This already touched its support. Let's see if it actually moves up to resistance and gives us that full range move there. All right. Come in the summer, we can go golfing. Oh, you bet. I go in the summer all the time. The amount of Michigan golf courses that I've hit is impressive. Yeah, lots of really, really good golf up there. I will definitely be making some rounds. That is for sure. That is for sure. Tesla looks like it did tap that 245 briefly. Nick, you were mentioning DBI. That one, very interesting here. We sold off like crazy. Is that bouncing? No, not really. Really kind of holding that low. I was actually wondering if Designer Brands here, if this is going to be one of those stocks that we saw bounce. We've seen some of these that really sell off on earnings, give some fairly decent trades on a bounce back. We have not got that here in Designer Brands. Shares are trading lower. The company reported worse than expected Q3 financial results and lowered fiscal year 23 adjusted EPS guidance. So you get the guide down here. That is the death blow. Stock down 31.5% here. Designer Brands. Didn't really get a bounce. One of the things I'd be looking for here to confirm maybe a move through 9 would be an attempt here, but has not shown that yet. Has not shown that strength to the upside just yet. You guys talking about CLSK? Were you riding that earlier this week? Man, with the move in Bitcoin, this must have been a great play this week. I didn't have this move coming in Bitcoin. I'm more of a watcher, but yeah, I'm just in 2 sessions, this thing up pretty big here. Where did this start at? Wow. CLSK, this is a real good trade there, Stans. We should have been looking at this one a little bit more. I take responsibility for that. I should have been looking at this one some more. Wisdom. I'm not even sure what you're trying to say here. Getting that Faloona ball, it's got a fantastic inside, and the Otter ball is Lambo fancy. Love you, Ryan. I'll tell you what, if I had my own custom golf ball, that'd be sick. That'd be sick. I don't have one, though. I do have the best ever logo ball for a display, though. The best ever. Cannot possibly top it. The mayor of Pound Town. Just the logo. Just the logo, 13. I don't like colored golf balls. I'm just used to the white ball. The logo being purple, though, absolutely. VKTX still at highs here. Arlay? What's this? What is Relay Therapeutics? I'm not familiar with this one. Clinical stage precision medicine company. Okay. Oncology and genetic disease. Okay. Big market for some of those, that's for sure. Did Gitlab stop? It's okay. It's not really coming back in yet. CMND, is this finally? Is it trying to go? Is it going to go? Let's see if it gets. It's going. So there it is. So the move that I was waiting for is happening right now. CMND. This might be a close back up to the VWAP. 596 is what I've got at the VWAP. Let's see what I've got in Trade the Pool. I've got it at 602. So right around $6 here. Looks like maybe we are finally closing that gap here to the VWAP on CMND. Boy, it took several attempts at this before it finally built up the strength to do it. Let's see if we get it. Can we take a look at PayPal? Sure, we can take a look at PayPal. PayPal having a little bit of a rough day here today. Let's take a look. Oh, man. Tell you what. So PayPal really beaten down daily chart here. When does this report earnings? Because if this is one of those stocks where if it reports good earnings, this one might pop. November 1st. Mark a calendar for that. November 1st. That already happened. Come on. So next one's not till February. Okay, so this actually earnings already happened. I just totally lost track of that. We'll see. I don't know, man. PayPal, you've got some time to actually trade this before the next earnings print. But I was thinking maybe we get a pop on earnings. We didn't get that at all. In fact, did we sell off here? When was November 1st? Sure. No, we did. We did get a pop. We did get a pop. And it's actually moved higher since then. Let's take a look. Let's get some of the regular simple moving averages here on PayPal. Those EMAs are decent for trading, but let's see what we get. Let's turn this off too. Let's turn the Joe moving average off. Get better. Okay, so it looks like we did trade up to the 100, couldn't break it. But imagine if the 100 falls again now. Next is going to be the 200. So I think maybe if we hold here some 64 calls, YPL, maybe for January. Let's see what those look like here. 65 calls in January, not bad. 126 ask. The 60 calls were hot today. That might have been part of a spread, though, because the 75 calls were hot, too. Interesting. I'm not sure. Not sure here on PayPal. You're right. It popped. Yeah, sure looks like that. I remember when trading was easy. What happened? Oh, yeah, that world went wonky. Yeah, indeed. I'm sure we'll get back to there at some point. So, Jay, you're talking about people rotating out of Goldman Sachs back to the Mag 7. That was a really short rotation out of the Mag 7. I feel like that didn't even last a full week. Like we got 3 or 4 days of that rotation out of the Mag 7, and now here we are rotating back into it. What a disappointment. I would have liked some more than that. We'll see if tomorrow. CMND, that is still trying to close its move back down to the VWAP, or back up to the VWAP, excuse me. Gitlab still holding under 60, and EYPT holding at 20. MobQ, I did see that on the scanner earlier, Smoke Tuna, but I didn't see any potential move for it. Penny stock here, 55 cents. Yeah, not my cup of tea. All right. Let's see. All right, folks. I think that's going to be it here for today. We're going to be back at this again tomorrow. Definitely a little bit of a slower day here today, at least on my end. So we'll see if we can pick it back up tomorrow. Special shout out to Michael for joining us here this morning. Awesome stuff. Hopefully that Gitlab trade ended up working out for him in one way or another. Really appreciate all of your support, all of the viewership. We are going to have Mitch back tomorrow. Mitch coming to you live from the office. So really looking forward to that. Be sure to join us, folks. We are out of here for today. Stay green, stay safe, trade them well, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.